Okay, going into this article that I saw on this article that I seen on RT, okay, on JD Vance, all right, and his opinion, all right, on aliens and UFOs, okay, which the men of the Lord, man, we showing you, you know, that the elites, all right, Esau, they put the truth right on display for you people, man. Okay, right on display. All right in front of your face. Okay, but if you don't got the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, you don't know uh what message, all right, Esau is trying to convey. Okay, so like, yeah, so you don't have any idea. All right, but this is a faith booster. All right, and only confirms, this truth to brothers when you see certain articles and certain videos like this, man, with these devils, tell they plan, all right, in plain sight, and that's easy to do with the regular people, man, with the 2/3, all right, and with these Babylonians, because they're not worried about it. All they worried about is gas gonna stay cheap, which it ain't cheap right now, but is it gonna be cheap? Is it are the food prices gonna stay low? Okay, will TSA get paid? That's the things that these people in the world are worried about. But we don't, hey man, we want the shit to get worse. We want the eggs to be $10. All right, we want the milk to be $8. We want the gas to be $12 a fucking gallon. Okay? So we can get the hell out of here, man. The scriptures say, Yahweh Shah said the fire is already gonna be kindled before he comes. All right, so it's already gonna be fires, all right, and destruction, all right, and peril and sedition before Yahweh Shah gets here, man. Okay? So we want to see all out chaos, man. That means that we're closer, all right, to getting the hell out of here. All right. And we want to hear these leaders, all right, talk about grand things, interstellar things, you know, because our power ain't no ordinary man. Okay. Scriptures say that the Lord is a man of war, all right, and that he gonna send Yahushua, all right, not as a man, all right, but as an angelic power, man, as a force, okay. He not coming. He's still gonna come as the lamb, all right, but he not coming. He not gonna come in that nature of a lamb, given to sacrifice, because Yahweh was a sacrifice for the whole nation of Israel, all right, and more specifically the elect, okay. But ultimately, when Yahweh came, all right, a thousand years ago, okay, roughly, during that time of the Romans, all right, 2,000 years ago, okay, he came as a sacrifice, all right. But this time, all right, he's coming to wage war, all right, and he's coming with destruction, okay. He ain't coming to play around, all right, to debate, okay. Well, a lot of these people think when Yahweh Shah gonna come, he gonna get let's talk about this. Let's talk about the Egyptian Book of the Dead. No, Yahweh Shah not doing that. All right, he's coming to straight kill. All right, and make a slaughter in Basra. Okay, with them dyed garments. All right. It said the U.S. Vice President has vowed to examine the UFO files and get to the bottom of the matter with his tippy toe access. What he gonna do? You know, what is he gonna do by going through the files and all this shit? What is he gonna do? You know, he ain't gonna do shit. You know, this is just to put the imagery out there. You know that Yahweh Shah coming in those clouds is gonna be the opposition of the world. All right, and that is absolutely true. Okay, it will be the Yahweh Shah will be in total opposition. All right, to this world, man. All right, and mainly to Esau. All right, Esau, Edom, Amalek. All right, and Babylon, man. Okay, that's who the Lord is bringing terror to, and also the heathen nations. Okay, because y'all all played a role. All right, in oppressing. All right, in subjugating. All right, and putting in captivity the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. Okay, and ain't nothing you can do to run from that. All right. Right now, you have your way with the nations. You can do whatever the hell you want to do. All right, but that's about to come to an end, man. I've already had a couple times where I've said, all right, we're going to Area 51. We're going out to New Mexico. We're going to sort of get to the bottom of this. And then the time of the trip didn't work out. He said, I'm more curious than anybody, and I've got 3 years at the very tippy top of the classification. I'm going to get to the bottom of it. Come on, man. You know, if you believe in these theatrics, you know, you a fool. You know, these ain't nothing but theatrics. All right, but it tells the men of the Lord what we need to know. You know, we go see Independence Day. You know, we get the gems out of that. You know, when we watch X Men and all the Marvel movies, we understand. You know, it's you people that don't understand. Even you people that think that you understand. You know, like I was telling you about, you know, people I never worked with and shit that thought that they was deep and all this and all that. But you look at their lives, you what are you doing with the information that you've obtained? All right? Still smoking cigarettes, all right, still eating pork, all right, still committing adultery, all right, being a damn Mo and Bo, you know? But then these are the same people that say, I'm spiritual. Nigga, you ain't spiritual. Shut the hell up. You know? You niggas is starting to sound like them damn women, man. Because you know the Israelite woman quick to tell you she's spiritual. Yeah, you spiritual, all right. You your ass is full of demons. You know. This Zechariah chapter 5 verse 1. Then I turned and lifted up mine eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll. Okay. And he said unto me, What seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits. Then he said unto me, This is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth, for every one that stealeth shall be cut off as on this side according to it, and every one that sweareth shall be cut off as on that side according to it. Okay? So the scriptures say, Then said he unto me, This is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth, man. All right, talking about, all right, that roll, man. All right, speaking of that flying roll, okay, that is the curse. All right, that is that huge chariot, okay, that Yahweh Shai is going to be on top of, man. Okay, in the most Jake fashion ever. You know, Jake the one gonna get on top of the Jake on top of the car and shit. You know, standing on top of it, man. All right, ready to do a great and put a great sore wound. All right, on the planet Earth, man. All right, and all these rulers. Okay, so this is the curse. All right, that goeth forth. All right, so hey, man, JD Vance, what he said that they demons. You know, the aliens are demons, man. No, man, the aliens, all right, are controlled. I mean, the aliens. The chariots are controlled by the angels of the Lord. You know, that is the order of things, man. All right, and the men of the Lord are going to be able to control the chariots, man. All right, and going to have governance. All right, over the chariots. Okay, Esau trying to push that Nephilim bullshit, man. You know, because a lot of people still believe, oh yeah, that's the Nephilim. That's the Nephilim that control them UFOs. You know, bunch of idiots, man. I will bring it forth, saith the Lord of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief, and into the house of him that swear falsely by my name, and it shall remain in the midst of his house, and shall consume it with the timber thereof and the stones thereof, man. So Babylon is the house of the thief, man. Okay, and it's gonna be melted, all right, by them chariots, all right, and also by the ICBM missiles, man. This place is gonna be burnt up, torched, all right, made into a pitch. Okay, all the rivers and the lakes of America are gonna be burnt up. All right, they're gonna be dry. The great, what is the great Michigan? All right, Michigan lakes. All right, your Mississippi River. Okay, and the multitudes of rivers and lakes and streams and ponds. You know, in Babylon, man. All right, to show the hatred that the Most High has for this place, man. Scripture go into was the Most High angry at the animals, and the trees, you know, because that's the damage that's to come to Babylon, man. All right, because this place has to be cleansed. All right, cleansed with fire, man. You can't even preserve the animals here in America. All right, you can't preserve the fish. You can't preserve the butterflies. They all fucked up, man. You really think about it. They all fucked up. They all they DNA is corrupted. With Esau and his fucking Roundup. All this bullshit that he's done on the planet Earth, man. The chemtrails. These animals are committing homosexual acts. All right, being bestiality. Is being done. So these animals are all screwed up, man. All right, they full of like you got the deer. They got all the damn black sacks, all over their body because they I forgot what they said it was. They was diseased. So they can't make it up out of here, man. America has to wholly be destroyed, you know, and it's gonna be an example, all right, in the kingdom of heaven. All right, when the nation see it going up in smoke, they'll say, "Ooh, let's not do that." You know, damn, Esau was wicked. you know, this is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5 and verse 2. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear and shall be amazed. Well, Salaki. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labors. Okay? And that's what the men of the Lord are doing, man. All right? On the YouTube, on the highways and byways. All right? Standing in great boldness, all right, before the face of such as have afflicted him, man. Okay? Who has afflicted us in Babylon, man? The Negroes, Latinos, the Native Americans. All right? The so-called white man. All right? Esau. Okay? And we calling his ass out. All right? We telling Amalek, you not the people. All right? You're a damn imposter. Okay? And we teaching the truth to our people. The ones that will be able to understand, the elect. All right? The 144,000 and the 1/3. Okay? It says, when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for, you know? So these elites, all right, these Edomites, all right, even these heathens, you know, these high level upper echelon heathen, all right, they're gonna be amazed. All right, wow, them guys are being lifted up in chariots. Whoa, yeah, the Messiah is a so-called Negro. What the hell? You know, which all of these people truly know that we are a special people. You know, they know that. All right, and they higher echelons, they know who we really are. You know, but it's gonna be amazing. Okay, because the Most High gonna come with great power. All right, and a hellacious fury, man. You know, ain't gonna be no damn drone strike. All right, ain't gonna be no damn hypersonic missile. Okay, it's gonna be spiritual power, man. All right, and he's gonna use his men. All right, and his angels. You know, all his supermen. All right, but that's all I had. You know, I pray this lesson was edifying and shalom.